Suppy sup, kiddos. I just had something fucking wild happen. Like, before I even get into what I was thinking about talking about. As y'all know, I have a lot of sex toys. I call it my garden because I got roses and squirrels. One of these bitches caught fire. Like, one of the chargers started like melting and I could smell it, and I was like, where the fuck is that smell coming from? Because it happened pretty spontaneously. It happened like I got out of the tub, I came in here, I filled my humidifier with water, and I set this shit up. And then I sat in my bed and I was like, what the fuck is that smell? Because it, like, at first it was smelling like, when you first turn the heater on and you can smell like the dust in the vents being heated up. But then it started to get worse, and I was like, this smells like an electrical fire, and I don't see any smoke, and I don't, there's like no other indication besides the smell, and it was behind me. It was one of these chargers for my various sex toys that started to melt, and it was smoking, and so I had to throw it away, and it still smells like fucking electrical fire in here. But yeah, we got that under control. Wow. So what I wanted to talk about is an interesting conundrum that I have found myself embroiled in. And I promise that I will get on everything that I said I'm going to do as far as my studies and all that stuff. But this is just an interesting thing that I am currently going through. This is a thing that, like, a development that has um, been brought to my attention within the past day. And so it's been going on for almost a week, but yesterday was the first time I heard about it. And so what's going on is that my father has fallen victim to a weight loss scam. That's what it seems like it is. My dad has he's always been one of these people that is, I don't want to say that he's like gullible, that he's easily influenced, but when it comes to things surrounding health and wellness, he's kind of a sucker for those too good to be true kind of sales pitches. And so the place that he has decided to patron, they advertise that they can help you to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, which, even as a person like myself who has an eating disorder, that is supremely unhealthy. That is not a good sales pitch. So if you're a person that's looking into, weight loss programs and all that kind of stuff, if you run into anything that says that you can lose a pound a day, they're either fucking lying to you, or they're advertising something that's going to do egregious harm to your body, because that is not something that should be attainable. It's not reasonable. I mean, it's something that, boxers can do, where like they super dehydrate themselves. They do that rap shit where like it sucks all of the water out of your body. That's not healthy. That's not something that is sustainable and can't be maintained as like a lifestyle. And so I don't know. It's always kind of sad to see people, not even necessarily that you know or care about, but people just become uh, victims of scams. It's it's really sad, and especially when it's something surrounding health and wellness and fitness and all that kind of stuff. Especially when it's like people that are like terminally ill, things like that. But also, like, this is kind of like a few steps down from being that bad. But it's preying on the desperation of people who are just, extremely desperate to lose weight. I've been in this position. It's something that is not foreign to me, to want to have, to find, the magic bullet, the whatever it is that makes everything easier. um I understand that, it's hard, and a lot of people will look at people that buy into these weight loss fads and diet plans and all that stuff, and they'll say like, you're either stupid or lazy or a combination of the two, or just not disciplined. Which, you know, people can be. Yeah, people can be fucking stupid. They can do stupid shit. But I think for a lot of people, myself and my father included, when people become desperate enough to buy into um, programs and fads and stuff, it's mostly due to burnout because it's a lot of stress and just mental, emotional, physical exhaustion surrounding feeling, I don't know, worthless, unworthy, um, and feeling like everything you try isn't working. That's exhausting. And it fucking sucks. And things like that will become more attractive to people who have been going through it rather than people that are just now starting the journey. So when you're starting off something like a weight loss journey, your optimism, your resolve, your mental fortitude, all of those things are at like an all-time high when you first start the journey. But, you know, a few weeks in, months in, years in, things start to look a little different when you haven't seen the results that you want to see, when you haven't met those benchmarks, when you haven't seen the progress that you see other people having. I understand um, looking at others and seeing their progress or seeing things that you did in the past and thinking, I should be doing better than this. I understand that, and my dad is definitely in that position at the moment. And it sucks because my parents are people that don't necessarily understand the weight of their words and attitudes. Um, and I can see it in my dad, like what I feel. I can see it in my dad. And it's just really bizarre to see something like that because this is this is like a disease that my parents have passed to me. And, you know, being the person that I am, being as young as I was when I was infected, I took everything that they said deeply personally and deeply to heart. And I was able to optimize and magnify all of their um, attitudes about obesity, about being overweight, about thinness. And I took all that in and blew it up. And I optimized it, streamlined it, made it my own, and used it to tear myself apart. I don't know, it's just bizarre to see that in my father coming back to me. It's sad to see that desperation, but it seems at the moment he's extremely optimistic, and it's hard to want to burst that bubble for him, but this program is $2,600. He spent $2,600 for a weight loss program that lasts 50 days. I don't think y'all heard me. It lasts 50 days. A month and some change. He literally is paying for a month and a half $2,600, y'all. I just, it's baffling. It's utterly baffling to me because with all that money, he could have paid for a personal trainer and HelloFresh, like some, you know, grocery service that sends you food, Nutrisystem. There's so many things out there. There's so many resources, and it's it's sad. It's sad and worrisome to see how easily my father was manipulated into buying into this scam. And I spoke to him earlier today with the intention of telling him that he has bought into a scam. But he was so happy that he had lost like 10 pounds in the past week. He was really excited about the progress that he was making. And it's really hard you really can't substitute that kind of resolve and optimism and invigoration to reach a goal. You can't manufacture that. There's no way to make someone want to do and be better. And so I didn't tell him, but I did offer him some alternatives. Um, I'm going to go up there tomorrow because it's actually really close to me, while it's like pretty far for him to drive out here, because they haven't been calling him, they haven't been answering their phones. It very much just seems like my dad has been scammed, and I I hate to, kind of snatch that away from him when he feels like this is turning a new page for him. I think if I was in the same position, I would want someone to tell me that I was being scammed, but I have to understand that not everyone feels the same way I do. I guess I'll just offer support in the best way I can. It's just odd because in all of my struggles with my eating disorder, my parents were not tactful, not particularly helpful. When I needed to go to treatment, I needed treatment. I needed a doctor. I was congratulated on being, I don't know, brave and having so much resolve that I could keep myself from eating. But you can't dwell on the wrongs that were done to you and withhold support because, what, you just don't feel like it? If it's something that I'm capable of doing, I'll do it, even if it wasn't afforded to me. I think that's the only way that you make the world a better place. Unfortunately, it feels like a lot more wrong is done to me than right, which sucks. But hopefully, I can be a source of right to someone. I'm mostly worried because my dad is spending money he doesn't have on shit he doesn't need, but it seems to be making him happy. And so I don't want to take that from him. At the end of the day, a person who wantonly takes someone's happiness, isn't that just a fucking asshole? Isn't that like the definition of an asshole? Because I don't know if he would be able to do it to lose weight without having some kind of intervention, without having this system to help him. He needs a program, a template, something set in front of him in order to feel like he can do it. He can't do it by himself, unfortunately. And I gave him some alternatives, but he seems pretty steadfast, so wah, wah. But I'll keep you all abreast about the situation. I'm gonna go up there tomorrow and see what's what. I don't anticipate getting any fucking answers because it seems like it's a scam for real. But we'll see. Yeah, but anyway, I'll talk to y'all fools later.